And it's here, the Surface Book 3. Now, you'd be hard-pressed to tell the differences between the Surface Book 2 and the Surface Book 3 because it kept the external design of the 13-inch and 15-inch model the same, and they kept the ports. But the small differences they've done in terms of updating the ports and the mics and the major differences on the internals are really what are going to stick out this new generation of the Surface Book 3. I really miss Panos' presentation and the Surface team. Congrats to them for releasing this during the pandemic and all these no-frill announcements. So let's go over things that you might have missed during these announcements. First and foremost, this USB-C port right here, you can finally charge your Surface Book through that port. You couldn't do that with the Surface Book 2. And with the new Surface adapter, we have the old one over here, they finally updated this one as well. And I feel like this is probably something that most people have missed in terms of how major of an update and an upgraded accessory that us Surface enthusiasts really needed. Alright, so now the Surface Book 3 can be charged with 120 watts for the largest battery inside any Surface ever, up to 17 hours. That's the longest in terms of the whole line from the Surface Go to the Surface Laptop to the Surface Book. This is the largest battery. Obviously, there's a battery up here in the top tablet portion and in the bottom portion as well. Now, in terms of everything else, all the other ports, this is the USB-A over here, the 3.1 Gen 2 SD card slot, so it's great that they kept this, whereas other, say the MacBook Pro, I got rid of the SD card over here, so your photography enthusiasts, those running Adobe Creative Suite, you can rest easy because they still kept it. And for us Surface adapter enthusiasts over here, this is the port for your Surface accessories, because you probably have a history of owning a laptop or a Surface Pro 5, 6, and that's great that your accessories still work the same. And that's where this adapter comes in. I'm glad that they kept the Surface adapter. I'm actually glad that they kept this design, because now once you upgrade this will charge every device after 2017, and this new port, we'll go over this in a second. It'll charge everything from the newest Surface Book 3, the Surface Go, and have all the updated monitor running specs of 60 Hertz. So it all goes together into the Surface ecosystem. So let's go back to the Surface Book 3's design. We're using the Surface Book 2 over here. We talked about the ports. Obviously the keyboard is still the same. It's still the magnesium finish, the trackpad. Now the mic array over here. So the mic array over here is a dual mic array that we've seen in the Surface Laptop 3 line, just to make sure that you capture all the audio. For now, audio conferencing is more important than ever. And in front and the back, this is a 5 megapixel camera on the front, 8 megapixel camera on the back for 1080p video conferencing. Another updates there, your speaker grills are still here on the corners of the tablet portion, and they support Dolby Atmos. So just an increased conferencing experience, and also Dolby Atmos increased audio speaker experience. Alright, so let's go into the screen. It's still 3000 by 2000 resolution. For the 15-inch, it's 3200 by about 2200 resolution. For the 15-inch model, 10-point finger touch and pen input. Was this all really a question? Now, one of the major things you might have missed, though, is that this hinge here, although it's the same design, same specs, same fan grills, this opens 2 times faster. And I'm not sure that really was a problem with the muscle wire, and for those who had problems with the Surface Book 2, but now it just opens a little faster, and that's either because the faster 10th Gen Intel iCore 7 or i5 processors, or maybe just some hardware improvements that they've made. It really wasn't a problem, but now once you press it, it probably gives that sign off to be able to send all the computing to the tablet portion and able to eject it faster. So it must be a combination of the two. Now, I suspect though, if you're running intensive apps, you don't want to eject the top, because if you have a discrete graphics card on the internal, it'll give you a notice that you cannot eject the top because it's relying on the discrete GPUs. So let's talk about the discrete GPUs in here now. In terms of the discrete GPUs in here, you have about 2 levels. For the first time ever, the Quadro 3000, and that's for your professional enthusiasts over here, or your pro IT users to get certification to run apps, or for us on the gamer side, gaming for everyone. You have the GTX 1660 Ti that you can add for discrete graphics. Solid state drives, that NVMe that you can run all the way up to 2 terabytes if you'd want, and that's a major improvement over the Surface Book 2, which is over 3 years old now, and up to 32 gigabytes of RAM running the latest 10th gen Intel Core i7 or i5 processors. So Fundamentally, it's just an upgrade from the internals all around, but perfecting some of the ports on here just to make sure that when you see USB-C, you can actually take advantage of that, and also improving just the charging capabilities and the display monitoring conferencing abilities. So a really great resource to check out to see the updates that Surface Book 3 has is called Microsoft Mechanics, and they just showcase all the internals and specs and kind of who this is for, and they're focusing a little more on endpoints for, say, your IT fleet for your tech companies or for all your users, where you can disable some ports right there or added security. All right, so those are things that you might have missed on the Surface Book 3, mainly the USB-C ports, the faster charging, which is going to help your Surface ecosystem down the line, which I'm really excited for, and just fixing the mics or upgrading the mics and just the cameras here and the overall graphics cards and processors. So it was a much needed refresh on the most powerful Surface laptop or Surface Book 3. Really excited for May 20th, and guys, get ready for that unboxing when it comes out. So let's talk about the Surface Go. Major differences are the screen size, 10.1 inches. They finally managed to shrink that bezel to a more manageable state while keeping that form factor and the weight the same, and the same ports, but obviously upgrading the specs on the inside as well. Namely, the second major upgrade is the inclusion of the option of the Intel Core M3, which would make it 64% faster than the Surface Go first generation, which was beloved by a lot of people, had this cult following because it was just the most compact Surface PC that you can bring around and had a fanless design. So the Intel Core M3 will allow this fanless design and having this be more of the mainstream workflow, about the size of an iPad Pro size here, but obviously running Windows. So that's the updates there. Bigger battery, and the USB-C can be charged through there, and along with using again the new Surface dock over here, can charge it in 80% in under an hour. So let's talk about something that you definitely should not overlook. All right, first, the earbuds and the headphones are coming out. Those would be great for video conferencing, and we're going to review that. But the Surface adapter, I feel, is something that's been overlooked in terms of its highlight. First, 120 watts power transfer to supercharge your devices. So for the Surface Go, it'll charge at 80% in under 1 hour. And this mainly is for the Surface Book 3 for all the 17-hour battery life and the 120 watts, but this still work for all Surface devices post 2017. That's really exciting, because if you even go to the Microsoft store, they don't even have this really small bricks of chargers, everything for the Surface Pro 4 and above, all those really small ones. You finally get true power with this, and you're for sure, for your Surface ecosystem of devices that you probably have a laptop or a Pro and maybe a book, this will charge them all in one. And that's really exciting for those home setups, because this can power 4K at 60 Hz, which is the holy grail that we've been asking for such a long time. And we'd like to keep the Surface adapter because we have so many accessories. USB-C you can charge through the Surface Book 3 now, but you can also choose this, and it's actually great to just open up that port. Now this cord for the Surface adapter, the Surface dock, is now longer by 15 centimeters, so I'm looking forward to that. Obviously with the power transfer and the data transfer in the same cord as well. And let's go in the front, and now we'll change these USB-A's to USB Type-C's in the front to USB Type-C's in the back, besides replacing those mini display ports. So bon voyage to those mini display ports in all my home setup before, but that is much more versatile, and I'm very much looking forward to that, along with the Kensington over here for your locks. So overall, when they upgrade this will be the universal charger for almost the end all be all for a laptop that I have dying and I need to charge really fast, or if I don't want to ever use a Surface Pro laptop in my backpack and use it for my Surface Book 3, I'll know to keep not one or probably two of these around. That makes it so exciting. I'm really excited for this dock because it'll just help not only our devices, but all our devices in the family down the line. So those are my impressions for the Surface Book 3, the Surface Go, and all the new accessories coming out. I hope this video helps you decide. I've already placed my pre-orders for these devices so that I can review them and unbox them for everybody. Want to thank everyone on the Surface team for their help in releasing this in the pandemic. Go ahead and check out the Microsoft Mechanics channel, the Surface official channels. Place your pre-orders now for them. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching, and let's see what the reviews in the coming days have for the new Surface family devices. Okay, thank you everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.